Firstly, I thought I'd explain who Multicom are if you don't know. So Multicom are data aggregation distribution specialists. We source a large number of APIs. We pull them all together. We give you access to all the flights, accommodations that you'll need to sell online. We also do a great deal of web development and caching. We'll come to that in a minute. Okay, so aggregation. Most people, if they're not working with an aggregation specialist, they take 6 to 8 weeks to integrate each API. There's no standardization of that content. The functionality varies from one API to another. So, one website you might get your content, your images, your descriptions, and on another website you might have the availability feed, and someone needs to pull all that together. That can take a long time. You get massive variations in the quality and in the performance of that data. So you pull this through a number of channels, GDSs everyone's come across, other aggregators like ourselves, screen scraping, direct connects into XML providers, such as Hotels for You, hotel beds, or indeed a travel website. So some people screen scrape Expedia's website and parse that through. We don't, incidentally, but people do. Business challenges that gives you. So having done an integration of a website, that's just sort of the start of the tip of the iceberg. You have then continual changes to the data, varying standards of content mapping. If people don't have an API, you have the challenges of integrating a direct database. And then you've got maybe screen scrapes of websites or view data systems, diverse platforms. So really, if you work with an aggregator, what you get is a pipe of data where all of those complexities are removed from your day-to-day environment. So that allows you, the travel company, to concentrate on what your core business is, which is, after all, selling holidays and not aggregating data. So you bring in an expert, it frees up your resources and allows you to specialize and generate unique propositions for your customers while letting someone else who specializes in data aggregate it for you. This also allows you to open up distribution opportunities. So working with a company like Multicom, you not only pull through large numbers of products that you didn't have, you can also distribute the products that you have to the wide customer base. So, using Multicom as an example, we're connected to over half of the UK travel agency network. So once you're integrated to our system, you've got at least half of everyone capable of seeing your products. And added to this, it also allows you to improve the speed of your system. So caching is important with improving the speed of your system. Some people take 40, 50 seconds to respond, some people respond in 3 seconds. If you want speed normalization, then you need to use a cache, and if you use a cache, you need a high data throughput, and the only way to get that is using an aggregator. So the more bookings that you transact through your system, the faster your system becomes, the more data you get through your system, the more accurate the data becomes, therefore the more accurate your data feed on your website, and you won't get that through your own website. Okay, so a bit of overlap here, so I'll skip over this slide to some extent. The cloud, as Giles talked about, allows you to deal with the peaks and troughs of your systems. It allows you, of the selling cycle. So January peak is a high volume. You can offset some of your cost using cloud computing. Multicom or another data aggregator produces a similar effect. So you pay for your consumption of product as cost of sale. So when you book a flight, you pay a transaction charge to your aggregator of maybe £2, rather than having to pay tens of thousands of pounds for developers and tens of thousands of pounds for hardware. You're just paying a single transaction charge as you book the EasyJet flight, as your consumer buys an EasyJet flight. Finally, data distribution in the future. We see a number of things coming in the future. The TTI, the Travel Technology Initiative, have recently started a geocoding project to standardize geocoding across all accommodations, which we think is important. Improved caching technologies will produce faster results. We're working on a system to produce sub-second dynamic packaging from diverse content feeds. Content is going to improve, so we're going to be more videos, more reviews. You need to work with expert agencies for this. We work with a company called Digital Visitor in Bristol. If you need that kind of thing, give them a bell. APIs, higher capacity. So Giles talked about this. It's key that your API is capable of massive volumes of searching. Systems are going to become more demanding of data, more demanding of searching. You need to work with an expert to achieve this. And finally, you need to allow your customers greater access and let them decide how they're going to use the information. So if they want to package it, great. If they want to sell it, your accommodations on their own, as long as you're making your cut, then that's what's important. That's it, really. If you have any questions, you want to talk to us about aggregation or websites, Stan C15. Thank you very much.